What's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. So how scary were you today, right? One of the things that I need you guys to know is you definitely were not alone. This video is not going to be, anything where it's going to try to get you scared of the overall market. If anything, quite the opposite. One of the things that I always like to ask and remind our Learn Plan Profit members to ask themselves are that, was the market selling off today, or was the stock that you were invested in selling off today? If it's your specific stock and only the stock that you bought was selling off when the entire market was bullish, that would be one thing. But you're not alone, right? The overall NASDAQ market was down, tech was down, just everything was down on the day. So before you're super hard on yourself and before you think that the overall market is against you, you need to understand that you're not alone with this. The market was bearish today. It sold off, and it sold off quite a bit, right? You guys could see that TQQQ hit lows of 132, and right now it's at 142. I wanted to update you guys, especially if you're part of the Learn Plan Profit group. Just a quick little heads up, there's going to be an exclusive swing trading video update for you guys today, but very quickly, I re-entered with 6 shares, and my average purchase price right now is at 140.05. So just so you are aware of that, 140.05 is my new average purchase price, and this is my entire trade plan. I'm only in with 6 shares, which is less than 10% of my desired position. And if you look at this for TQQQ, right, I haven't even stepped on the gas. I have less than $1,000 invested in TQQQ. But from where we're at right now, if TQQQ goes according to plan and simply recovers to the 174 price point, that's 22% ROI. And this is what I want you to take into consideration. Forget about my stock. Forget about what I'm paying attention to. That's irrelevant to you. I want you to ask yourself that very simple question of, is the stock that you're now invested in, I don't know, I hope that it's a light position, right? Because the whole point of this swing trading challenge is to manage that position size, especially when we're still getting rejected, right? We wait for consolidation, and then we wait for that confirmation, and then that's when we step on the gas. We talk about the risk to reward ratios, right? This is all something you should have taken into consideration when you bought the dip. So if you are asking yourself, if you are freaking out right now, oh my God, should I even have purchased this stock? You need to remind yourself, if you're asking yourself those questions, it means that you were freaking out when the stock was pulling on back. And it simply means probably that you're invested with too much money. It's not that it's a good thing or a bad thing. It's that it comes with experience, and rightfully so. You're going to be, a little questionable when things are not going according to plan. So just hear this. This is why I always talk about position size. People always love to ask, Ricky, well, why do you only buy 10%? Why do you buy such a small amount in the beginning and then you buy more when it begins to recover? I can't predict the future. You can't predict the future. No one can predict the future. So why, just like today, are you going to put yourself in a very unfortunate situation when the market's selling off? And if you have a heavy position size, all you're looking at is that red number row, right, of how much it is that you're down. That's not a fun thing to look at, and it's not an enjoyable experience, right? Set your future self up for success, right? If you want to do things differently in 2022, this is why we emphasize position size. Yes, I do agree. TQQQ is oversold. Apple is oversold. Amazon is oversold. All of these stocks are oversold. Oversold and cheap does not mean that it can't get cheaper. Although the market is showing signs of a potential support level, right? Because of how oversold we are. Look at the MACD, look at the RSI, it's looking good. It doesn't mean that the market has to recover tomorrow. It doesn't mean that it has to recover next week. So again, if you are not feeling comfortable nor effective right now, position size is going to be a big focus for your next couple of trades. At least promise me that you're going to look out for yourself next time and not buy too much of any stock, right? So please look out for your future self, right? But the thing that I wanted to kind of some words of encouragement for you guys is that one thing that I asked for our Learn Plan Profit members to do today is we finished up our live trading session. And if you actually look at it, the live trading session happened within, I think, one of the worst times of the market today. It was when the market was selling off. And I felt okay. I felt comfortable because I only had, well, at that point I didn't have any shares, but just because of that, the market was selling off. But when I don't have enough skin in the game to care, I feel comfortable. If anything, I feel excited. How would you feel if you had no money in the market and all these stocks begin to pull back? Think about that. Take yourself away from your current situation and ask yourself, how would you feel if the market was selling off and you weren't invested just yet? You would feel probably, pretty eager to buy soon and excited because you have a lot to choose from. That's how I felt this morning. But again, that was all because of my position size. So if you felt like very devastated, very discouraged, I don't want to do this anymore, I want you, just like I asked our Learn Plan Profit members to do today, is I want you to write down exactly how you feel. Right now, you might be feeling a little bit better now that the market has nearly almost fully recovered. Look at that. The market's barely down 1%, but the market was down, 5-7% for TQQQ. Market was down quite a bit. I want you to write down how you feel at your worst, because I want you to remind yourself that when the market does recover, because like we've seen for the past year, markets always recover. Again, it's a matter of time, but they eventually do recover. This is why I always talk about focusing on bullish companies, focusing on bullish stocks. But I want you to write down how you feel now, and then I want you to revisit this as the market recovers. It's not that like, oh my God, you were so foolish. But I just know you looking back, seeing how you felt today versus how you feel when your trade goes according to plan, it's going to feel rewarding that you overcame those mental challenges. And that's what I'm here to kind of like pat you in the back for. I want to congratulate you for going through this rough patch. Yes, it's not easy, but at least in my experience, it is easier to go through these rough patches when you manage your position size, when you are not obsessive about what it is that you're doing and you are solely treating it as what it is, and that's a trade. You buy more when the direction's in your favor, and then you sell at overbought levels. No emotions attached, right? It is so much easier when you follow and execute with your trade plan. And of course, it's obviously a lot easier surrounding yourself with people that, again, are encouraging you to be the best version of yourself. So I, at least for those selected few that are watching this video and that really felt uncomfortable with today's performance and how the market pulled back, I don't, when you revisit a trade and, it made a full recovery and you made a couple $100 profit, I don't really care to know how you feel then, because, that's not special. Like, yeah, your trade went according to plan. I want you to know how you feel at your worst, because those are the areas that need the most improvement. And I think both you and I can agree with that. If you write down how you feel today, it will only encourage you next time when you're deciding to buy early or when you're deciding to buy the dip, to take your position size into consideration so you look out for your future self. It's not that you shouldn't buy the dip, but it's just like anything. It should be done with moderation. And at least I wanted not only to congratulate you with a successful day of a rebound, right, for the overall market and for hanging in there, but I wanted to remind you that we're human. We all go through these challenges, this mental warfare, and I want you to know that you're not alone. If you end up, I want you to know that you're not alone. So if you end up writing it down on a piece of paper on how you feel, you guys can either send it to me via Discord. I would love to respond and have a conversation with you. That's for all of you that are part of Learn Plan Profit. You guys can click the first link in the description. Or if you're not part of Learn Plan Profit and you just want someone to talk to, feel free to send it to me through Instagram. And that's that second link in the description. I need you to know that you're not alone. It is a very challenging thing. This is where the psychology and that mental warfare come into play. I just want to make it easier for your future self. Is that not what 2022 is about? It's not about being perfect. It's about progress. At least that's what our focus is for the Swing Trade Challenge. So again, if you're part of Learn Plan Profit 2.0, just know that I will be posting an update on my swing trade as well as another stock that I just added or bought my initial position on. So again, that's all going to be for all of those that are part of Learn Plan Profit 2.0. And again, if you're ready to join, that's going to be that first link in the description. I appreciate you guys' time. I hope that it earned a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.